Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Tiffany Empire Impact Ignites. And as sleepy as I ain't gonna lie, I feel like midnight. I'm super ready to lay it down and I'm about to call it a night. But I was thinking, just thinking like I'm glad I was able to get majority of the things that I needed done today. One of the things I learned is if you at least get three of the things you want done off your list, you have accomplished a lot. And some of the things that I was able to get done was what I wanted to do for the boys as well. So I was like, wow, I had the time to do the things that I needed to do. And I know what I'm going to do even tomorrow, Lord's willing. But I'm like, how many people never get to do what it is that they're designed to do, what they need to do, what they want to do? And that's what made me just think about like how long, or, just thinking back when I started working, like when I started working. And it is Wednesday, okay? It's Wednesday. This the last month of the year. This is fourth quarter, and it just made me kind of want to reflect back and share because it might help somebody. I remember when I started working at the age of 14. That's back in the day. When they had the Urban League, when the Urban League was going on, and you can sign up for Urban League and you can get your $200 check in about 2 weeks. Because I always had a work ethic. So working for Urban League, not being afraid to work. I already knew that I could braid hair, but I didn't know that was even like a thing that could become a thing. So I'm like, hey, yeah, let me work. And they ended up placing me at DSS. That's the Department of Social Service, and I was one of the I was filing, doing files there. And when I came to work, did what I was asked to do, filing those papers and stuff like that. I ended up, I think it was a 2 week job because it's like a summer program. So you get about $400 or something total. So that was enough money for me to learn, learn how to catch the bus. I never caught the bus or anything like that, but I wanted to go to the local mall. And because I had done work for my money, mind you, I was a child, so I didn't have no bills. I didn't have no responsibilities. So $400 that was a lick. $200, that was a lick. I was able to buy me some stuff. I was able to buy my little brothers and sisters some stuff. So hey, I was winning. I was good. Um, then once I did that, I know I could make little odds and end money, doing hair if I wanted to, but that was never nothing that I really wanted to do like that when I was little. I just could do it, and then I did what I needed to do. Period. So from there, I worked at Piggly Wiggly. Okay, I do not shop at Piggly Wiggly. I feel like they are price gouging the po folk because they know that a lot of people in the hood, if they ain't got no car or nothing, this the store. That's gonna be the go-to store. That was the store my grandmother and them lived by because they already know that meat is on sale, the family packs. I'm telling you what I know. So that was my next, job. I did Piggly Wiggly. I believe we got paid like every week. Mind you, I'm working. This all we knew. This all I knew. I had work ethics, so I didn't mind working. Ain't no big deal. Put me on the cash register. I love math in school. Hey, it is what it is. So when you got the opportunity to be paid from 2 weeks to every week, you think, oh, this is the life. This is good. Mind you, I'm still a child. So I ain't got no responsibility. I ain't got no bills. All the money that I make, my grandma not asking me for no money. At the end of the day, because I had my own car, 11th grade. So when I got my own car, then I was just basically keeping gas in the car. Or when I was working before I had my own car, then that money was the gas money when my grandma let me hold her car. She had a Mitsubishi. So either I would hold my grandma black Galant or my aunt's green one because my grandma had a black Mitsubishi Galant and my auntie had a green one. But I knew that if I did what I needed to do in school, if I worked, if I made my money, then I would have money to do what I wanted to do. Mind you, I'm a child. So that, $7.25 or whatever, that's $6.95. Oh my goodness, them little numbers that we, made back in the what that was in the 2000s. Mind you, we going into 2022. That was just canteen money. That was maybe a little outfit money or something like that. Because remember, this is a child, okay? You're not a responsible adult. All you trying to do is just have a couple dollars to, do what it is you want to do on leisure time, with your friends, money for the game and stuff like that. Because I always knew and respected the fact that my grandma, she always worked doubles, and she got stamps. What's going on? She had got stamps, but that was because she was raising somebody else's kids, so they'll give you that. But really, her income was over the limit, so she had bills, she had things to do. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I say all that to say, after there, where did I go? I think I did McDonald's. I did McDonald's a couple times. Appreciate the love. I did McDonald's a couple times. Let me tell you, one night, I'll never forget this. One night we was leaving the club, back in the day, and somebody, McDonald's don't got good customer service like that. But when they do treat you right, I be like, oh my goodness, thank you so much, because normally you gonna get like that ghetto service. I worked so good at the window in McDonald's. I used to get tips through the drive-through, so it is what it is. But the drive-through was so nasty one night. I said, this before I knew about entrepreneurship. This before I knew about self-employment and all of this stuff now. So I said, mind you, we grabbing something to eat, coming from the club. That's, you already know, we gonna grab something to eat. We going to grab something by get the double cheeseburgers, or we go to the Waffle House, just something quick, you know what I'm saying? So either way, I was like, if you don't want to work here because they ain't paying you enough, then you need to leave here. Because when I worked at McDonald's, I knew that, mind you, when I worked at McDonald's, I don't know if it was the first time or the second time, I had already worked at Bojangles before. Okay, don't judge me. It is what it is. So I worked at Bojangles, and I was getting paid $8 an hour. I was in high school, and I would get paid every Monday. So I already knew, if you're going to make $8 anything at McDonald's, you got to be like a shift leader or something like that. Why am I going to come and be a shift leader when I could just stay crew? Because crew going to cut up. Okay, crew is going to cut up. Crew is going to cut up. You already know that. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to unnecessarily sign up for leadership roles when it's going to be less fun, more work, all of that, and not enough pay. So just weighing out those options. This is how I used to think when I was like a teenager, okay? So, mind you, I done had supervisor positions, leadership roles, all kind of stuff. And I was already certified in leadership and everything from just stuff in high school. Natural born leader, period. But we about to do the math. So, I knew, okay, I could make the money. I could get a check. I could get a check. Ain't no big deal. So from there, I ended up working on base. Okay. Not only did I work on base, I was able to be a supervisor on base. Okay. But because I was on base, of course, I'm a civilian. I've never been enlisted or anything like that. It was a situation happened, and they took the sergeant side over the civilian. Okay. I stood my ground. Mind you, I'm still a teenager. I think I probably was like 18, 19, no kids. I was out on my own, so I was, paying my own, bills, paying my own way. They let me go. So either it was, now I don't work several different places, but it was either from that situation or right before, I had worked at a gas station. 9 times out of 10, outside of when I worked on base, which was the supervisor of the DFAs, we was cleaning the mess hall and stuff for the soldiers and everything like that. But either way, normally I would be more of a cashier. That would be my line of duty, my choice of work. But and then on base, I didn't want that position because they would leave and come back. All that leaving and going, let me run my 8 straight, and then I'm out of here. Put me on the mornings. I would prefer a morning shift over night shift because I already knew at night I wanted to go out. And I already knew if I went out and if I got in at enough time, I could still knock the morning out. I just prefer working in the mornings. It is what it is. So that way, by the time we hump right on through 12 o'clock, it's about time to go. Okay, it's time to go. That was what worked for me. Okay. So I say all that to say those were just some of the preliminaries of what I went through and how I work and my level of work ethic before I became a mother. Okay, because mind you, you gonna have to work. You gonna have to work. I mean, you gonna have to work. I mean, unless you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you gonna have to work, for what you want. But when I began to understand, okay, you telling me I don't have to go from working, what they say, a week in a hole, 2 weeks in a hole, waiting on my check. Okay. Thinking this is the only way we get paid, gotta get paid. I went and walked in a grocery store the other day and they was like, you can get same day pay. So if they paying people the same day now, they could have paid people the same day. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know that day somebody might have need diapers or milk for their child. Somebody might have need food on their table, but they're sitting there and they gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Another week, another 2 weeks. This is just me just analyzing some of the stuff that we take and accept, and we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are working, there's nothing wrong with working. There's nothing wrong with working, but if you banking and relying on your one source of income to come from this one place when there's other ways to increase your income, it's other ways to hit the financial goal that you want or need to sustain your household, and maybe you acting oblivious to the fact, then you can't really blame nobody else because it's on you. Now, mind you, this is just me talking about things from 1990s, early 2000s, and then look where we at now. Okay, working, yes, work ethic, that's great. But it comes to a point when you know what you know, then you begin to work smarter, not harder, not going against the grain, making it harder for yourself. And I wanted to share a little bit of that because after I had my first son, okay, and as I was preparing for his arrival, okay, and I wasn't in no situationship. I was in it ain't nothing to brag on, but I it was something, okay. But through that, I had to seriously, because I've been a single mother since 20, okay. I had to realize that if I have a gift, okay, if God has allowed me to be able to do hair to the point people are willing to pay me to do it, and that means it's COD, cash on delivery. I have something that people is willing to COD me on. I mean, now it's so good we can get a prepaid deposit, but somebody's willing to COD me on this. If I truly tap into that, it screams of income inside of that. But I knew I did not have no degree in no business. I knew that I didn't understand everything that I needed to know on the business side. So I knew that I would have to take some time to go to certain classes so I can learn about how cash flow work, how business work. Because other than that, I'm just a girl that didn't mind working, don't mind putting in the work, getting her own money. But if I don't know how money work and I don't know what to do with it, and I don't know how to scale up in my business, then I will keep working like a slave. And I can compare that into just clocking in and clocking out, or I could compare it to just standing behind the chair all day, every day, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. If you do the math, even if you got the money, you're too tired to even enjoy it because you're doing all of the heavy lifting. You're doing all of the work. And guess what? I've been a mother since I've been 20 years old. I am now 34 years old. That means I've been a mother for 14 years. And what I was able to do at the age of 14, I was not able to do at the age of 24 because at that point I had a 4-year-old child and I needed to begin to learn how to, okay? It ain't even just the skills on how to just do hair. Yeah, if I learn how to do hair, then yes, I could increase my income. I could increase my revenue. Correct. But then with the increase, now what do I do? Especially if you don't even know that it's such a thing of multiple streams of income. You don't even know, because I don't even think I learned about entrepreneurship, my goodness, until maybe 2014, to be honest, as far as the word, the terminology. Yeah, we was entrepreneurs, but for the most part, we was like, okay, we self-employed. You know what I'm saying? Or solopreneurs. We wasn't really using the word entrepreneur like we are now. And people probably knew what you was, or knew what you was capable of, or knew what you was doing, but they never informed you. They never educated you on it. This is why it's so important to really network, and that way you could get information and insight on things that you would not have known, because who would have knew that you can get direct deposits every day? Who would have knew that it was opportunities that allow you to make money in your sleep? Who would have known that it was ways to create generational wealth? Who would have knew that you could learn so much about financial literacy and you can still do the things that you love to do on a day-to-day? If I still want to do hair, I can do hair. If I don't want to do hair, I do not have to touch nobody's head, because now I understand that it's more than one way to make an income. And if the world shut down, I'm not going to be looking crazy, because I understand it is more than one way to create income. And if my children need me throughout the day, if the school call me, guess what? I don't have to ask nobody's permission. Hey, can I leave, or deal with any threats from no job, because I've already tapped into my own entrepreneurial experience, my own entrepreneurial purpose, my own business, which may be partnering with other things to be able to make sure that I have several streams of income put in place, like Ecclesiastic 11:2 says, because you do not want all your eggs in one basket. You do not want your money coming just from one place, because if that one place dries up, if that one place says, hey, today we're letting you go, we're going to walk security back to your booth to make sure you don't tear nothing up and that you leave here gracefully. We don't care nothing about your kids that you still got to feed. We ain't gave you no heads up. We don't care nothing about the bills that you got to pay. So, and this is happening to people. This is happening to people. This is why you got to wake up. You got to set yourself up for success. Set yourself, make the time to get the information so you can know what play you need to make for you and your family. Nobody can't tell me which play to make for me and my family, because guess what? If the lights get cut off today or tomorrow, ain't nobody about to try to turn them on. Period. And the best way to get a better outcome is to get more income. If you don't like what you're seeing, then in order to increase your income, you need more information. You might need some new friends. You might need a new level of understanding. I've never seen, and this is me talking about just how long, that's 20 years worth of work. And at the end of the day, we got to work while it's day. I'd rather work now while I'm younger and I'm not as young as I used to be than trying to do. My 60-year-old body ain't gonna be able to do what my 34-year-old body. Well, Lord, I hope it be able to, do, but and do even better. Matter of fact, I'll say that. But I'm like, come on. I'm gonna be an older woman eventually. I'm not trying to be around here, working like I'm young. I'd rather put the work in on the youthful side so I can reap the harvest and the benefits of what it is I am, building. What it is I'm building, thank God, definitely in building it on a solid foundation. So just I wanted to kind of share that because I've heard a lot, I've seen a lot. Men around here, they getting lazy. Kids, I mean, people lazy, man. People want something for nothing. When you living in a world where men is bragging about not taking care of their children and being on child support, not child support, on unemployment, it's just really time for people to get their finances in order. Get their finances in order. Pay attention to how you working, where you working, why you working. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always a smarter way to do it. Do it smart. If you don't mind working, I don't know what opportunities you might be passing up, what things you might be overlooking. But I sit here as a mother. I'm not where I haven't reached my full, whatever God, all of what God have in store for me. But I just thank God for just allowing me to be able to have the opportunity to have the freedom of time and liberty to do and go as I please. Um, because everybody don't got that. Everybody don't have time freedom. Everybody don't have no level of financial freedom. And that's a blessing. That is really, really a blessing because a lot of people, you just don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you don't know. And if you really knew how valuable you are or how good it felt to just begin to operate in whatever it is God is calling you to do or whatever it is you may be too afraid to try, you don't know. You might be one thing away, from a breakthrough, because everybody don't want to deal with the whole fear of the unknown. Everybody can't handle that. And that's understandable. But let me tell you, but what if it worked? What if whatever you trying to do or contemplating doing work just like how you working all these years and you're not getting the results that you want? You done been expecting them year after year after year, month after month after month. But why don't you try the new thing? Why don't you be open to the new thing? And it might just give you the exact same results that you've been producing. But you're expecting a harvest from something that is not able or even willing to give you what's due unto you. That's why it's so important to bind up the spirit of fear, operate in love, power, and a sound mind, and trust God. Because without faith, it's impossible to please God. Trust God with your business. Trust God with your family. Trust God with your ministry. Trust God with you. Because at the end of the day, only what we do for Christ is going to last. And if God is calling you to be your own boss, if God is calling you to step away from what you think is the sole source of what it is you got going on, ask God what we have you to do. Ask God where did he want you to work. Ask God to even order your steps to the point that he can direct your path so that way when the season is up, you're ready to take those skills and everything and shift into whatever it is God is calling you to. And you are bound to see, the overflow, the abundance. You're bound to see the abundance. Yeah, it may be a little more responsibilities required, but if you want abundance, if you want the more, do the math. Do the math. Are they paying you what you're worth? If you work 40 hours, if you work overtime, is all the time that you're giving to that job worth you missing out on your kids? activities, your life, years you can't get back. If them people came in and said they letting you go today or tomorrow, do you know what you would do? Do you know? Or would you be battling deep, dark depression? Those are things you may want to think about before you get yourself caught up into something that you wasn't expecting to be thrown at you. So I just wanted to come on here and share a little bit. If you are interested in figuring out how to get into being your own boss, maybe even working from home, strategizing, implementing strategies for you to win in 2022, feel free and fill out a contact form at iamtiffany.org. I will say this, if you're serious and ready, then I'm ready. If you're not sure, then you might not want to fill out that contact form because I stay ready. I stay ready to help somebody get in position to make more, to increase. You know what I'm saying? To break through the fears of the unknown. Like, I love that. So again, I am Tiffany, Empire Impact Ignite. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, hey Queen, thanks for tuning in. And I look forward to hearing about some amazing results from y'all, because it's time to put in that work, but you might got to do something that you've never done before. Okay, so there's no need to be afraid. Reclaim your pearls, girl. We out here working. Okay. People out here getting certified, they bossing up. Make sure it's you, but understand it's more than one way to create income. Understand that. You at least need 7, okay? I got about 7 streams, probably more than that. So I'm sharing this because at the end of the day, all I'm doing is making sure I got things in place. And I think I got more than 7 streams of income, but you at least need 7 if you're trying to be in a wealthy place. You need to have money being able to flow in because you want a greater, for a better outcome. You want more income. Money is the answer to all things. The love of money, for the love of money is the root of all evil. If you choose money and you focus on money and you love it, love it, love it, and you don't care nothing about people, then that's evil. That's wicked. But money itself is the answer to all things. Money is what's going to pay your light bill, your water bill, your car insurance, your car payment. Yeah, money is what will get that person that kidney, or have that surgery, or, save that child's, all of that. Money, y'all, is no big deal. When you understand money and you respect money, let me tell you, it'll start respecting you. Okay? I'm here to tell you. So again, I am Tiffany, Empire Impact Ignite. Y'all definitely be blessed. And again, thank y'all for tuning in. Don't hesitate to fill out that contact form and book your session. Okay?